Hi, I'm Dave from iWonder, and today I wonder if I can refurb alloy wheels. Today we're going to be talking about alloy wheels, specifically alloy wheel refurbishment. Now I have a set here of alloy wheels from my Smart Roadster, picture up there. As you can see that my car's actually white and black, and these wheels are silver, so they never really fitted in with the sort of theme of the car. So I'm going to be looking to refurb these and also do a colour change. So the first thing that we need to do is strip down the wheel and to take the tyre off, take the valve out, any weight and anything else, for example like centre caps, that we essentially don't want to be involved in the primary spraying of the wheel. So the first step that we've got to do is unfortunately quite a laborious one. It's essentially sanding down all of these wheels and getting them prepped ready for paint. Okay, so the first step you've got to do is get some sandpaper. Sandpaper comes in different sort of coarse and fineness, and you usually find that printed on the back. And the lower the number, the more coarse the sandpaper, and the higher the number, the finer the sandpaper. So usually we start off with the coarse sandpaper, sanding down the wheel, getting rid of any excess paint, blending out any sort of chips or scratches that we have in the wheel, and removing any corrosion that we find on the wheel. So I've got my sandpaper here. I'm starting off with some 80 grit. Some people use electric sanders, and for some of the rougher areas I'll probably be using electric sander, but for everywhere else on the wheel, especially with soft aluminium wheels like these, it's definitely best to do everything by hand and to use sandpaper opposed to electric tools. So let's get into it. Right, so on this wheel I've got some quite heavy damage spots around here. This was actually not curbing damage, this was when the tyre was removed by the garage, they accidentally damaged the wheel. Thankfully I was refurbing the wheels anyway, so it wasn't too much of an issue, and to sort of apologise, they took the tyres off for free and they're going to put my new tyres on for free, which is good I guess. But I need to use the sander to obviously get rid of this more heavily damaged area. I put a really fine sandpaper on here because obviously the sander is quite powerful. I'm probably going to turn it down to a fairly slow speed, really take my time with this, and just get a really nice job out of it. So here we go. Yes, that's quite nice. That's taken off really all the rough spots that we had. It's blended in quite nicely, so I don't think we're going to need to fill anything in on this wheel, which is nice. And I get my tyres fitted for free, which is an added bonus. So obviously we've taken the worst of it off with the electric sander, but we still need to continue to hand sand this to really get the best result. So as you can see, the wheels, this is one of the other wheels, it's got a bit of damage on there, and this is what the other wheel looked like originally, so sort of curb markings all over it. So yeah, and then now we're going on to this wheel. So this is the wheel that I've started to refurb. So as you can see, it's just nicely cleaned up now, no sort of large indentations or anything like that. So I'm moving on to some finer sandpaper now, so I'm switching to 800, so from A2 to 800, a reasonable jump, but I'm hoping, because I've been fairly gentle with the sander and with the 80, that this should be enough to really just sort of blend out any imperfections. Got rid of all these sort of imperfections around the wheel. There's a few sort of light scuffs that need doing, but as you can see the wheel's a lot more matte now because all the shine's been taken off it. Right, that's it. That is one wheel completely sanded down. pretty much now ready for paint. It's nice and smooth all around, there's no defects, there's no corrosion, there's no dents anymore. So yeah, that's taken me about 3 hours. So now I just gotta get on and do the other wheels. So through the power of editing, it's a new day. As you can see, I've got my wheels up here ready to be sprayed, and I've got a spray board behind me where I can do a little bit of practice spraying, calibrate my gun, make sure the fan pattern's correct, etc. I actually learned how to spray through another YouTube channel, Custom Spray Mods, and I'll put the link in the description below for you guys to check that out after this video. We're going to be spraying these in black, specifically Evo 4 black. I had some paint left over from before, where I had an Evo 4 and did some repair there, so we might as well put that paint to good use. If you watched my video before with my Bentley where I replaced the electronic park brake, you would have noticed that the Bentley was actually in this part of the garage. So I had to do that to get the Bentley out of the garage so we could have a little bit of space to sort of spray these wheels. I also didn't want any overspray to sort of go over to the car as well. And stick to the car there, so I'd have to polish it all off. So that's it, we're sort of ready to go, so let's get to it. So there you go guys, all shiny, nice and black. Just got to order some centre caps and then we'll be able to put them on the car and see how it looks.